In this video, we're going to cover the three-step formula for success in college. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rahul, and I got a 3.9 GPA in biomedical engineering as a pre-medical student at UC Irvine. I've learned a lot of tips and tricks on how to succeed in college over the years, and I created this channel to help people like you succeed in college. Let's get right into it. As an engineering student and as an engineer now, I like to break down everything in life, every problem into simple steps. And success in college is the same way. We can break it down into three simple steps. Now, the first step is awareness. And it sounds extremely simple, but you're never going to get better at doing well in college unless you recognize where you're at and have some level of awareness that you want to improve. And what this requires is an honest evaluation of where you are. So, most people believe that they're smart, and most people believe that they deserve to succeed. However, not most people don't succeed. So, there's a clear distinction with what people believe and what's true. So, what you need to do is be completely honest with yourself and say, what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? I personally had this realization way back in high school because I grew up always thinking that I was this incredibly smart student. And I was always in like the honors classes and everything like that until I reached ninth grade. And I was in the honors classes, but ninth grade math absolutely destroyed me. I think it was I was doing algebra 2 and I got a C minus in the class and they ended up kicking me out of honors. And that gave me kind of a reality check because I realized that, hey, I am not as smart as I thought I was. And that shift in awareness enabled me to think, okay, I need to get better. And then I started to actually study and do better. So the first step is awareness. Please do an honest evaluation. And this might be uncomfortable, but truly reflect and figure out where you are. And the best way to do this is to just look at your grades. Are you an A student? Are you a B student? Are you a C student? This is the most surface level way of analyzing how you're doing. The next level of that is to say, okay, do I do well in tests or am I bad at submitting assignments on time, etc. And you can do that for yourself. And if you'd like me to walk you through it, I have a link in the description where I'll hop on a coaching call with you. Now, it's important to not be delusional about where you stand. Most people, and I've observed this like myself in real time, believe that they're entitled to an A grade. And I honestly think that we've kind of overvalued uh, like the A grade in our society. And that's led everyone to believe that they cannot succeed unless they have A grades. But the A grade only has its value because other people have B and lower grades, right? So I need you to break free from this belief that every single person deserves an A because that's simply not true. The next thing you can do to improve your awareness after you realize this is to surround yourself with people and content that also want to get better. Because once you realize that you're not where you're at, then you're going to want to improve. And that's exactly the right thing to do. And when you do that, you need to be surrounding yourself with positive influences that will encourage you to grow. So that could mean you surround yourself with friends who also want to improve. If you surround yourself with people who do not want to improve, then you're never going to improve. And if you let's say you don't have friends who want to improve, like let's say your friends are completely satisfied or your friends are way smarter than you, then what I would do is the content that you consume should be from people who also want to improve or people who, like me, who are going to help you improve. So that's the first step. You need to gain the awareness that you need to improve. Now, the second step is going to be the action. It's going to be the implementation. So now that you're aware that you want to get better, the next step is all about taking action. And this is honestly probably the hardest part, because most of the people watching this video know exactly what they need to do to get better grades to succeed in college, right? You need to study. You need to take practice tests. The hard part is doing it and doing it consistently. So, this is where strategies like scheduling your time, prioritizing the correct actions really comes into play. So, based on your diagnosis of what your strengths and weaknesses are from part 1, you're going to say the most common thing that people want to improve is their grades. So let's say you want to get better grades. So I want you to set aside time every single day to study. It's that simple. And now follow through on it. So now you became aware that you need to get better grades. Now you need to take the action to actually get those better grades. Pretty simple, right? It's that easy. So take the action, do the studying, do whatever. And I have plenty of videos on how to increase your productivity, how to manage your time, and those will really help you get into the details of this. But over here, I'm just going to give you a rough overview of what you need to do to improve, right? Step 2 is all about building discipline. And the more you do it, the easier it's going to be. If you're the type of person who has studied only the day before an exam for their entire life, this is a habit that you've built over years of your life. It's not going to be so simple. You can't just flip a switch and start studying every single day, right? There's going to be some growing pains. So realize that, accept it, and then take the action. It's going to take some time to build the positive habits, right? And the best way to build these positive habits is to change your identity. Don't just say, okay, I'm going to start studying now. If you change your mindset to say, I am the type of person who studies every day, your actions can then reinforce your identity, and then you'll actually do it. And the more you do it, the more you reinforce your identity, and then you have your new habit. So now we've gone through step 1, awareness, step 2, action. Step 3 is all about the results. So if you've done step 1 and step 2, you will get results. It is that simple. Over a long enough time period, if you do step 1 and step 2, you will get the results. You will get better grades. You will do better in your exams. But step 3 is all about re-evaluating. So once you get the result, let's say you were a C student, you studied, now you got a B on your exam. You have to re-evaluate now. So it goes back to step 1. Now, am I getting A's on my tests, but I'm procrastinating on my homework, and that's why I'm a B student and not an A student? Or is it that I improved from C's to B's in my tests, and I can continue to do the same things until I get A's in my exams? It's all about this kind of self-evaluation, diagnosis that you do for yourself that guide your actions. And then once you know what actions to take, you just do the actions over and over and over again until you get the result that you want. Now, the easiest way to slip up is you start seeing the result that you want, then you get complacent. You're like, oh my God, I'm an A student now. And you stop doing the actions, and then the results fall. The results will always have a slight lag after the actions. So, sure, you can slack off a little bit after the result and stop doing the action, because the results will come from the previous actions, right? But if you stop doing the actions, the result after that lag will then begin to dip. And people often get confused by this, right? They're like, oh my God, why did I all of a sudden stop seeing results? It's because they didn't do the actions consistently. So you need to have this constant cycle of awareness, action, results. It is literally that simple. And honestly, this advice applies not just to college. And I know I talk about college on this channel, but it really applies to life. And this is the 3-step formula that I use for literally all aspects of my life. It is that simple to succeed. Success is not hard. Well, success is not complicated. What makes it hard is just doing the work. I really hope this helps you do better in college. And if you enjoyed this video, please check out my last video. I'm going to put it up right here. And it's all about what they don't tell you about graduate school in biomedical engineering.